What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Hi, it's Keisha. Nice to meet you all. Get in here because we've got quite a bit to get on into. So it was just a couple of days ago, I was reporting on the headlines and the statement that was made that Manon will not be with KATSEYE at the moment. She's going to be on a hiatus, just focusing on health and blah 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 blah. If you guys didn't see that video, then definitely go ahead and check it out. It is my recent video. Also in that video, I got the pronunciation so wrong with her name, and I felt like that took up most of the comment section, and I was just like laughing about it because I promised to myself when scrolling that, okay, next time when we report on Manon, I will do a better job at pronouncing her name, because nobody likes their name to not be pronounced properly. It's so annoying, because it's just like, take time and learn. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, what happened is I'd been watching so many TikToks and scrolling, and I guess a lot of other people had like mispronounced the name. So because I'd consumed so much content before filming at that moment, I had also fallen into that hole. But I know it is Manon. I know that she gets frustrated sometimes when people don't pronounce her name right, and I completely am right there with you, sis. I hear it, okay?
It's not Manon. It's not Manu. It's not Manon. Mano. What else? Those are like the most common ones I get. It's just Manon. Manon. No. Just don't say that at the end.
So I wanted to go ahead and, since I'm back in the UK now, just really dive into this, because it's one of those situations that really is nothing new. If you're a black person, then you know the mistreatment of the black girlies typically in the bands. They're the ones who, they don't get enough attention, they don't get the shine they truly deserve. They're the ones who often enough are working the most hardest, because they know that they have to always work 10 times harder than their counterparts.
They told me and said, we've got one black person, we can't have another. And I got that a couple of times. And one thing that's like actually comes to my head right now is being told to bleach my skin. Being told that I'm too dark to be in the industry. I'm going cold talking about it, because I really actually don't like talking about it. That's what's so fucked up about this industry, and that's what makes me feel at times where I go, I don't want to be in this industry.
And then Camila.
Fifth Harmony was touring when Normani gave this interview to Galore magazine.
Very quirky.
That tiny pause unleashed a torrent of vile trolling.
I got bullied, like, terribly on social media. I did an interview, it was taken out of context completely, and there were images, people were calling me like the N-word, like it was really ugly.
9 years ago, after joining Little Mix, I had the biggest awakening of my life. When we were filming Wings, we worked with Frank Gatson. He said to me, "You're the black girl, you have to work 10 times harder." Never in my life had someone told me that I would need to work harder because of my race. Later on, what Frank Gatson said made sense. I learned that the dream of being in the biggest girl band in the world came with its flaws and consequences. Consequences such as knowing about the existing underlying racism in the creative industries. You learn to understand you can't be seen to be too loud or too opinionated, otherwise you're deemed a diva or aggressive. You learn that by walking into a room, you are deemed unapproachable or offish before anyone has even approached you. You learn that by voicing your opinion about the lack of diversity within the industry is like smashing your head against a brick wall.
Even if you're not famous and you're not in a band, they're just like the everyday 9-to-5 working babe. You can, be called in for an interview and you give it your all, 10-10, you know you did so good, but you just know that walking away, and it's unfortunate, but I think it is a universal experience, doesn't matter where you are in the world, it's just it's the black thing where you just walk away thinking like, damn, I did all I could do. But there is a high chance that also the white counterparts may just land this role, and it's something that we unfortunately have to train our brain. But it's something that I wish that we could just like realize that, hey, we're good, why can't we achieve things? Why can't we be great at these things? But we just live in a society still to this day in 2026 where people just don't love you based on the color of your skin. As soon as they see a black person, specifically a black girl, they automatically deem her as like too loud or aggressive, whereas a white woman, she's sassy. And it's like, no, she's aggressive too. Let's use the same adjectives here, So there is a lot of uncalled for, unfair things that happened when it comes to black girls in bands. And since Manon is a black girl in a band, we need to go ahead and talk about it. Now, I have given my constructive criticism about the band. I feel like where they lack the most is with song choices. I think they still, whilst they're doing amazing and they are going viral for their choreography, I think they know that they have to heavily rely on choreography just because the songs aren't heavy hitters. There's some fun enjoyable songs that I'm sure a lot of you guys are tuning into. But if we're talking about a mega hit that's actually great, and that's not Eat Zucchini, which Lara confirmed was about eating you know what, which was I knew already. But you know, when someone just comes out to say something and confirm what you knew all along, I'm like, bitch, I'm still gagged. Okay guys, so before we go ahead and start today's video, please be sure to follow me over my Instagram. It's Keisha_. It will be on the screen for you guys right now. Follow me. It literally costs you nothing. It takes about 10 seconds. So what are you waiting for? Or I feel like I haven't done that intro in such a long time, so here we are. But yeah, I'm planning on doing like another Instagram giveaway real soon because I just love giving back. But I also will be doing a YouTube giveaway at some point, so just be on the lookout. But over my Instagram, my DMs are open, so shoot me a DM. Why the hell not? Is the challenge accepted or not? I love to connect with you guys. I love it when you guys are requesting video ideas, or if you simply just want to chat with me, because hey, I like to think I'm a fun babe, okay? And I'm not one of those creators who are like, oh, I didn't see your message. Like, I will make time usually somewhere in my week to, you know, reply back to people who are supportive and all of these things. So definitely shoot me a DM, follow me over on there. I'm going to be posting a lot more content over on there, and I do want to start posting some Instagram reels. So at some point we will be doing exactly that. It's Keisha_. Follow me over on there, and yes, let's continue back with the video. Now, it was just a couple of days ago before the statement was put out, she did, not only her, but her and the other members, they did an interview with The Cut. I want us to really take our time to like dig deep into this, because this is something that there's something wrong, clearly. Something's clearly wrong. I think there's been some sort of mistreatment towards her. I think that they, and by they I mean Griffin and Hyde, they already were, they wanted her badly. They sent a dancer over there to Switzerland to help her train. She didn't have any idea in what she was doing, choreography. But I feel like if we're being real, can we be real for a second? Like, love all these girls down. They're all beautiful and talented and offer something different. And I always have to say that because KATSEYE is a girl group. It is a girl group made of 6 people. It's not just the one. But when I look at KATSEYE, I'm mainly looking at Lara and I'm mainly looking at Manon. Like, it's no shade. I promise you, they're just the ones who just like, I don't know, like there's 6 of them. My eyes automatically go to those 2. So if it is going to be a thing of Manon not returning, I will be very annoyed. Hi, Griffin, you had one job. It really be your own label who's not even rooting for you. They secretly hate you. They're out to get you. So this article says, Manon had a reputation on Popstar Academy for being absent from rehearsals and had to miss a date on their first North America tour owing to illness. Now, there is some talk about her having a chronic illness. I don't know. She's not come out to say it herself, so who are we to just assume things here? But you know, there's been some times where she has been sick and out of rehearsals, and the other girls will just go and perform and do all these things without her, but she'll be on the sideline just like cheering them on and everything. And look, these things are going to happen in bands. Not everyone's going to be in their A game. You're going to get sick. As human beings, you're going to get sick. If she does have a chronic illness, then these things are going to definitely occur a lot more. She doesn't owe it to us to tell us, hey guys, I have this chronic illness that I'm dealing with. No, because who are you bitches? Some of you guys are crazy. I can't even tell whether the icons, aka the fan base, even like these people. One day it's given, we love you so much, we want to see you win. The next minute it's giving, bitch, I don't like you. You're my op. I've made up in my mind that I do not like you, therefore I'm going to ruin your life and just chat crap about you every second I get. I really can't tell sometimes when it comes to the icons. And I said this in my last video. Icons, we can do the whole finger pointing, this, that, and the other. Again, she did say she's gone on a hiatus, but people feel like they've seen this before where people will do the whole hiatus card. But in reality, bitch, you're not coming back. They said, bye, 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 home cooking. If you know what show that's from, then I love you down even more. Comment it down below, okay? But she said, baby, bye, bye, bye. I don't want to be a fool for you. Apparently, speaking of Justin Timberlake and NSYNC, apparently JT didn't tell no one that he wasn't coming back. He just, baby, bye, 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 and went solo. Could you imagine being in a band with someone and they don't even tell you goodbye? Apparently, Camilla did the same thing with Fifth Harmony, bitch. I would be fuming too. Anyways, she said, it's the way I grew up. America has a very different culture when it comes to work-life balance. You guys are all about grind and hustle. In Switzerland, where she's from, if you're sick, you take a day off. And I'm gonna be so real with you, that's what some people don't understand. When watching the Popstar Academy, a lot of people saw her as like just lazy, and that's how the producers wanted it to be seen.
We wanted to up the ante. It's a survival show. You have to create that drama. You have to create that competition. It's entertainment. And this is what the fans really want.
Let's gang up the girls against each other. There's a whole bunch of girls here. We need to cause some tension. We need to have a storyline. But what they didn't realize is that the whole world loves Manon. They love her down. I don't know whether they thought that we weren't going to come to her defense because she's a black girl. She's the black girl in the band and, you know, this, that, and the other. We love Manon down. So it all backfired. If Manon was to go solo, even though I think it is so soon and I don't know if I can really vision it just yet. I know that she's interested in acting. She has like a short film project where she was sickening. Absolutely sickening. The bitch is like talented, and I'm kind of gagging to see her in some movies. I mean, the facial expression she was giving in that short film, girl, the amount of times I watched it back, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be her or be with her. I think that she's so talented, and I can see her flourishing in whatever it is that she is doing or has plans to do. And yeah, you know, there's a huge chance that she's going to return back to KATSEYE, but this has caused a huge amount of division. You've got the girlies not saying anything, not making any statements, but they will still be posting. But I, at the same time, understand that they probably can't speak right now. They probably cannot give this any sort of attention, otherwise they will be in trouble and called in for a meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Forget about 9 a.m. Their phone is going to be blown up. Let's be so for real. So I understand that. I do want to talk about Daniela in just a second. We'll come back to her and her annoying ass father. I definitely do agree with the whole like difference in culture. American people are very much on hustle, grind, no matter what, run to that check. And I respect it and I love it, but I do think at the same time in Europe, a lot of European countries, is like you need to have the perfect work-life balance or else you can't be the best of the best. So I think it is just different in culture. If you are privileged enough to be able to, and I said this in my last video, I don't want to keep being a broken record, but it's very important I highlight these points. And I hope you guys comment down below if you think I'm doing a great coverage of this story. I feel really passionate about it, and I feel like I'm really on my A game with reporting on this. I'm back in the UK. Again, I was on holiday, I was in Greece a couple of days, so I was just like out there doing my thing. And when it came time to reporting on it, I feel like I did a pretty good job. Obviously, I didn't pronounce her name properly, my bad. Manon. We got there in the end, didn't we? But I look at a story like this and I automatically feel for her. If you're sick, you take a day off. No one's going to expect you to go to work. It doesn't help that her work ethic has been under scrutiny since day one. She said being called lazy, especially as a black girl, is not fair. Now I feel like I always need to put in extra work to prove something, even though I really don't. And that's a fact. She don't need to prove anything. The bitch can dance. Even if she isn't there for rehearsals due to sickness or X, Y, and Z, she will, you will never look at Manon and think that, oh, this girl can't dance or she's lacking something. You wouldn't look at her and think, okay, she clearly isn't in rehearsals. No. You wouldn't even have a clue that she wasn't in some rehearsals because she always looked good. And it's not about her being the visual for the group, because I do agree that she is the visual for the group. But I just feel like it's effortless. She came back. But why are they not talking about the part where she's like, you know what, guys, I had to, go out due to X, Y, and Z, me being sick, blah, 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 but I'm willing to like really fight for this because I want it badly. You've got people saying, how bad do you want this? Girl, she's here. Where are you? Do you know what I mean? It's just like, everyone calm down. Let's not do too much now. People are questioning her work ethic, and it's like, the bitch is working. She's not just sitting on her ass and expecting the things to come. No. She's working for it. The whole Daniela situation is very, very, very embarrassing. Why is your dad getting involved in women's business? Why is your dad saying too much? Put him on mute. Do the mute challenge with him. Bah, we don't want to hear nothing from the dad. I don't know what it is with stage parents, theatre kid parents who feel this level of entitlement. If the shoe fits, bitch, then let me know. Wear it, okay? This doesn't apply to all, but it's the majority. I noticed that, like, I get it, like, you want your kid to, like, live their best life. But also, a lot of them are living through their kids, and it's just too much. Now, in this situation, the dad has a lot to say, and it's like, you should have just kept it stern, because now, a lot of us are thinking, of course he's going to have his own opinion, right? It doesn't mean necessarily that him and Daniela are chatting crap about Manon at all, but it kind of it could allude to that also, because why do you have so much to say? That's the part that I want to know. The fact that your dad is on every platform chiming in is really sad to see. But I'm just kind of like, is Daniela like, because I get it, the girls are probably feeling a little bit pissed off with what's going on right now, because the public perception is probably like, okay, these girls might not be getting along, the cracks are slipping, because typically when someone does leave a band, it just doesn't hit the same anymore. And again, I know it's a hiatus. I know before you comment, but girl, she said it's a hiatus. People can say a whole lot of things. What has made it even more interesting is Manon liking a bunch of different posts and celebrities coming to stand in her defense, whether it's SZA, whether it's Chloe and Halle, whether it's this person, that person, Normani. Like, these are all women who can relate to what it is that Manon is probably going through behind the scenes. So that's why we're looking at things a little bit differently, and we're just like, okay, but hold on, this conspiracy theory doesn't seem that mad anymore. So you've got the dad talking about how basically we don't need Manon. basically she has no work ethic. And I'm like, well, calm down. Are you in the rehearsals? Calm down. This is the thing. I'm like, is Daniela talking to her dad on the phone like, yeah, man, like, because I love a little cute gossip too, but not at the expense of my sister, my bandmate. He said, we need girls who can grind. KATSEYE is a powerhouse. The show must go on. And then someone replied and said, I am the hugest girl group fan and normally okay with members leaving, even replacements. But KATSEYE is a set 6-piece, point blank period. And then Daniela's dad says 5 is okay too. All right, like, he should have been on timeout a long time ago. I don't care whether he's your parents and you have to obey your parents. He's messing this up for you. You need to G-check him effective immediately. And then he also said, come back when you're ready to work. Is he one of those parents who believes it's only their kid that is working the hardest? And it's like, Daniela's probably working very hard, but who's to say that Manon? And this is what I'm trying to say. Is Daniela telling him things? Because you're not at rehearsals. You're not. I doubt parents can just sit down and watch their kids rehearse. No, I don't know. Is she talking shit behind? The things definitely have gotten progressively messy. I would love the girls to speak up. I'm sure if they had it their own way, they probably would make some sort of statement. I want to go ahead and just talk about the Swiffologist because I know he's a YouTuber, content creator who is a huge Swiftie and makes that his whole entire personality trait. And I mean, you know, he does other content besides talking about Taylor Swift, but he's typically known for talking about Taylor Swift, her albums, going to how many Era tours? I have heard some of his takes. I've liked some of his takes in the past and thought, okay, you know, let me subscribe. You know, I love to see commentary channels doing their thing. But I do think within the last 2 years specifically, I don't know what it is, I don't know when it started, but his takes have been a little bit ignorant.
The other girls have been invested in being the best they can possibly be and being part of this group since day one. Manon got to kind of coast a little bit through the program. I'm not saying she didn't work hard. I'm not saying that she's not talented, but the rules were different from her than they were for other contestants and other members of the group that actually ended up making it into the group because the label had predetermined that she was the kind of person they wanted to be in the group beforehand. Being in a K-pop group or a global girl group like the one that Hype has created is not an easy accomplishment, especially for someone whose heart really isn't in the project. And I think, again, it has been very clear throughout the training process that for Manon, this was more of an expectation than it was a true vocation, something that she truly wanted to do. The rest of the girls, I think, are absolutely locked into making KATSEYE the biggest girl group in the world. Manon, I think, was kind of along for the ride, and it's very difficult to say no to something like that once the wheels start going in motion and there are people behind the scenes that are really advocating and valuing your place in the group. It doesn't surprise me that Manon eventually found out that this work schedule was not something that she wanted to have in her life. And when you look at the kind of time commitment that being in a group like KATSEYE demands, you have to be all in or nothing. And it is much better that she gets out at this point in KATSEYE's journey than later on. I don't necessarily think this spells out bad news for the rest of the group because the rest of the girls seem to be locked into creating something here. Manon always from the jump seemed like she was unsure about whether this was something she even wanted, let alone whether it was something that she liked doing. This isn't surprising to me. I'm surprised that it's very surprising to her fans.
But who told you her heart wasn't in the project? She didn't technically audition for it. She was scouted. She had no knowledge on choreography. I'm sure she danced for fun in her own spare, you know, in her spare time, as many of us do. But, you know, yes, someone flew out over there to train with her and everything, and that was probably a foreign experience for her. She'd never trained before. She didn't, like, they reached out to her and they made it very clear they reached out to her. But that's not to say her heart wasn't in it. She used to, like, always love singing and this, that, and the other. What? But at the same time, imagine being in a global girl group. You're experiencing so much hate of people who want to know your business, whether you're gay, whether you're into men. Why are you always around Sophie? Bitch, I would be with some hometown friends too, because a lot of you guys do too much. I'll be around the people who know me the best. And if she's always with, girl, but why are we making it seem like this was something that she never wanted just because she did audition for the Dream Academy, Popstar Academy, sorry? So you don't think Manon is locked in? When did she ever tell you that?
You have to be all in or nothing. And it is much better that she gets out at this point in KATSEYE's journey than later on.
I don't like this because you are confirming what it is that Manon had said in the Cut interview. You are a part of the problem.
From the jump, it seemed like she was unsure about whether this was something she even wanted.
But how though? Just because she wasn't at a couple rehearsals? That was years ago.
Manon was always asking to add extra.
Because we need it.
Yeah.
We need it really bad.
So I'm like, okay, Manon.
Remember when, what was it? It was like 3 a.m. and we just wrapped and I was like, guys, like I think we really need extra rehearsals.
I do remember that.
We stepped into the studio for 2 more hours.
And Manon was like, guys, you need to like work harder. And we were like, yes. Yes,
I do feel bad about my approach though.
And we were like, yes, Ani.
Oh, Daniela's dad is still talking. your parents can be your greatest downfall. Wishing Manon the best on her hiatus. KATSEYE will always proceed to greatness with or without one girl. Raphael, go and sit this one out.
It's getting weird.
Anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. I just thought we can just like gather here and chat for like 30 minutes apparently, because I'm a yapaholic. But I just feel like there's so much things that we had to go through in this video, because it's gonna keep on continuing and continuing as the days go on. More and more things will come out. But please do share with me your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys real soon for a brand new video. Bye.